Good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And that is for Wednesday, the 29th of November, 2023. It's hard for me to believe I'm going to be saying 2024 in but 30-some-odd days. Can you believe that? We're there. It's about 6:20 p.m. So, a couple of things. We're now running into the point in time where the seasonals, especially in the S&P, start running out to the upside. So traders that are strict seasonal followers, did you see what happened today? The market took off in the morning, got up to one of the best levels it's had near the 4,600 level, and then gave up everything and closed lower. Did anything really change? No. What happened is, I believe, they took advantage of that rally and just said, time to grab some profit. The seasonals don't turn down here, but they do end their upside, which means you can wobble sort of like that in the marketplace, and that just would not surprise me. Keep your eye on energies. We don't know what the OPEC meeting tomorrow is going to say. One news report says that the Saudis may go it alone and do more production cuts. Another says no, they're going to just stay as is. I've read some reports that question if the meeting will take place. You have no way of knowing. What's known is the Saudis have finally run into a lot of resistance. You've got Angola, you've got Nigeria, you have the UAE. There's a lot of people that are just telling them they don't want to see their production cut in any manner, and they don't want quotas cut. So this is problematic. Why? Us in the United States. You know, we're producing 19 million barrels plus a day. The Saudis are 9. Yeah, the whole OPEC thing's important, but not the way it was, period. This was not due to President Biden in any manner. This is due to President Trump and his policies on energy. And the Biden administration has done everything to hurt oil that it possibly can. And he's hurt you. Have you heard them buying any oil for the strategic reserves? They're down. Not a word, okay? The energy policy in America is in the toilet. This president is destructive, not helpful, not politics. So don't turn me off and say, I beat up Biden. I beat up Trump. Think of the man, okay? What do you want me to say? On the other hand, it's policies. That's what I care about at the end of the day, the good for the people. And we can produce, we can do a lot. Is anybody out there but me noticing that at least in America, the auto companies are saying they're having a heck of a time now trying to produce and make profit on electric cars? How many in your local area do you see new charging stations going up? Write me on my YouTube. I don't see them. I saw the initial few go up in different areas, especially drugstores, the hospital areas where you go. They generally have a charging station or two. I don't see any in the Chicago area at a service station. That's the logical place for it to be. I don't see the Tesla standalone stations in the city of Chicago. I live here. I drive around. I don't see any of those. So if I had an electric car, which I don't have and don't want at this point, I would have to go sit somewhere on the road if I'm driving and wait at one of those things. Now, the beauty is when you live in a big city, you don't need all those charges. Most people don't drive 300 miles a day. You can drive home, and if you're in a condo, you got to hope that you can put in a charging area, that they have one, because with a big condo, how do you get to it? Because there's so many people that might want it. Or they charge you thousands of dollars to put it in your stall if you have a condo and you own that stall as well. And I'm sure this is how it works around the country. Quite expensive, and when you add it all up, where's the big benefit? That becomes part of it. We know that it's green, which is wonderful in saving the planet, and I am certainly for that. Don't believe that I'm not. I just think a hybrid is where the money should go. It makes sense in city, then it makes sense on roads, fully electronic. It's a beautiful idea, and the first ones have come. But are you watching? Did you see GM today? $10 billion buyback of stock. Come on. You think they weren't waiting for this union deal? Then they increased their dividend a big amount. Whoa. And what do they cut? Cruise. That automated driving. They're going to pull billions from that. They're pulling billions from plants that build batteries right now. They get the message. The time isn't right. They're not doing it wrong. They get the message. In the end of the day, demand drives what happens, not technology to a degree. Technology was here. It drove the initial demand for EVs. Now's the problem. And the problem isn't that they're going away. Now's the problem. You got to get the price down. Maybe this idea with sodium batteries instead of lithium will do the job. Read about that, by the way. So when you look at the weekly chart on the S&P, you can see you're starting to roll a little bit against the old high. I was hoping you'd make it closer to 4,700. I don't think on this leg right now. I think the leg could be running out of its momentum right here. You see, today was a bad day. I hate today's action. Scale 1 to 10 of 10. That doesn't get me bearish, but it tells me that the pop has run its course right here. And you can see how it looks on this chart right now. So am I disturbed by it? I am. As a bull, I am. But as a guy that was predicting this would happen, I'm not. I feel like I've done my job. But it's difficult right here. If you've become one of my subscribers, you know, one of the things I had to do is not add on the NASDAQ or the Dow just over the few days because I was expecting that this could happen, and I hate to see it unfold. I'd love to be able to see this get up to the upper Bollinger Band. I'm getting doubts about it. Momentum still embedded. So until the red line closes under 79, I have zero reason to abandon my bullishness, but I'm tempering it dramatically. Does that make sense to you? Look at the NASDAQ, the same pattern. You had your pop today. Couldn't even get up to these other numbers I was looking for. Kept its embedded reading. Same in the Dow. So as a bull, you got to say, okay, yes, it still ended up okay. In the Russell, I don't get all these people that want to buy the Russell chasing what the other indices have done. You got an awful lot of resistance at the upper Bollinger Band and the 100. I have no bear signal, so don't say, Ira, you were so wrong in the Russell. I'm not telling you to be short. I'm saying I don't understand the buying when you're overbought and you've got major overhead resistance. Then we get into the notes, which are fighting to stay over the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band, but there is a positive. Let me show you. Now the market, you can't count Thursdays where the the slow stochastics are, but you can count the close of Wednesday, both numbers over 80, both over 80 on Tuesday, and on Monday, both over 80. What does that mean? Well, it means for those of you that haven't done so, that you should take advantage of my free offer for Cyber Week. We'll come back to the charts in a minute. My enhanced Bollinger Band course. The course costs $120. You get free charting software worth $60. You get access free to my other research, whatever research you decide to buy with a 1-year subscription. Whatever you're not getting, I throw in for that couple of weeks. The value alone, give you an example, for the morning's futures is $159. You get it back in the value of that or this course. My charting course is worth $600. So you get 3 times the value of that. And the charting course I priced to be equal as a freebie as to what a full 1-year subscription to my twice daily written updates, my special reports, my morning subscriber all includes for you. So heck of a deal. You might want to consider that is the way to go. Okay? Could be very fascinating for you. All righty, so let's get back to where we're at. By the way, how do you get this? Move your cursor to the top. There's an icon, or just go to our website at iraepstein.com. Under the word research, buy any of the 1-year research subscriptions. As a new subscriber, we'll see it. We're going to, for sure, get you what you want, rest assured. Don't take the charting course right now, the full one. Take the others if that's what you choose. The reason is I'm finishing a brand new charting course, so the word original is going to be history. We can call that my old one. My new one will be ready. I'm shooting for Christmas. I don't know if I'll make it. It'll certainly be ready in January. So that's what you can get through there. You can also call my staff if you're an existing subscriber. The only thing you cannot do is cancel a morning futures and pick up a morning ETF and say to you, oh, look, what Ira, I canceled one, I bought a new one. I won't honor that. But if you have one or the other and you go to the combo, I will. If you take from a combo and you go up to full research with it, I'll do that. Okay? Not going downward. All righty, so let's take a look if we can. Let me get to the next charts that we have. There we are. So in the notes, you have an embedded reading. I happen to think now if you fall back in that 109 area, that's where your support's going to come in. In the 106 area will be support here. You don't buy Bollinger Bands, at least that's what I teach. You're not embedded either in the 5-year note. You could embed. Tomorrow's going to be an important day for it. In the dollar index, so you have a bearish embedded reading. The market acts like it wants to bounce. I'm going to use that bounce and probably in the morning be telling clients to go short if we get a good rally out of this. As long as you keep these numbers under 20, I'll be looking for the short side. And that means I'll be flip-flopping the euro, possibly in the morning using this break that we've had. Now you got a possibility of a 2-day break, which I like. You've had a bullish crossover of the 18 over the 100, and I think it will attack the 200 probably by middle of next week if the rally doesn't fall apart. In the British pound, you can see that you've got your embedded reading. I'd like to get more of a break, but look at how all these averages are coming together. So what is the market really saying by this? The market is saying that the U.S. is going to be cutting rates sooner than they are. End of discussion. I know that's hard and so simplistic. It's what it really is saying. The dollar was the strongest currency. Those that cut the first become weaker. It's pretty simple. Maybe too simple is that because everybody wants reasons why. I'm giving them to you in the most simplistic of terms. Then we get over to Bitcoin. And here's what Bitcoin's waiting on. I did my research. Yes. By January 10th, by law, the SEC is supposed to make a decision, and because Grayscale did win a battle with them, announce the first ETF based on spot. They have ways in the SEC to get some extensions. They haven't won the case, so it's coming. Now, if you've watched Grayscale, it at one point was trading at almost a 30% discount to the spots that it tracks. Now it's running about a 7 or 8%. There's not any money left in it. In other words, it's come all the way up. The money's been made. People have been sitting in that, my friends, for years waiting for this event. They're finally, looks to me like they got a payday. The problem is the SEC is sneaky here. They have, not illegal, they have ways for extensions. Could they be challenged? They could, but they can't just say, no, we're not going to do it. They have to be within it, and they're waiting for the last minute. Don't you get the message? But that's why you're also not breaking here. There's not a lot of downside as we get closer to January 10th. I think that's what people are thinking. You can see Brent versus WTI. Now, this is no good. The January's off the board. Don't pay attention to this. Let me bring that up to date. The chart service I did, they had to make a repair for me. And it took partly, and I just discovered it didn't take the whole thing. I didn't look at that chart, but I have it fixed. Notice I've got February Brent. So everything's working on it fine now. You have a lower low, higher high, and you're going right into an OPEC, so maybe an OPEC meeting on Thursday. This thing could be called off at the last second. Nobody knows. It's not an in-person meeting. The ministers are only meeting online. That can be canceled like that. If they cancel, it's a very bearish sign. It means nobody can get together, and what could happen is you get Saudi Arabia pissed enough where they don't cut. What else can happen? Saudi Arabia can say, the heck with it. We're going to support price. One rumor today that I read on Reuters was they were going to increase the cut unilaterally. I don't know what's going on, nor do I care. I'll come in after the fact, not in front of the fact. That's what I tell my clients. This is the equivalent of a major FOMC report. You don't play with this report. You don't know which way it's going to go. My instincts are it's going to stay as it is. The 1 million barrel cut promised by the Saudis, the 300,000, but I don't know it's of what, by Russia, because they can mix distillates and crude on their own. They decided to do that, and nobody else doing diddly. That's what I think is going to happen. Would I bet on it? Don't have to. We have no trend. We got a higher high and low here. Heating oil, notice how the markets are just stuck at the 18-day average. I'm giving you the reasons why. And in nat gas, we get another nat gas injection report. This market's just super bearish. When you're producing 19 million barrels in the U.S. a day of oil, you're producing a heck of a lot of natural gas. You have a warmer than normal winter so far. Yes, we got to 14 degrees in Chicago yesterday morning without wind chill, 4 with it. But today I'm 44 degrees here. So this is not prolonged cold. You're not getting that. I was out today and it's actually quite pretty outside. You know, a chill's not a bad thing. And I see all the migrants walking around. They got winter coats. So the city's given them the coats to walk around. You see the young kids in the buggies. Feel terrible because I know that they're living in tents or something. It's just a terrible event here in the city. And I imagine a lot of them have never seen cold like we get here. Let's pray that we get that, what is it, El Nino winter, where it's going to be warmer than normal and not as much snow. That would help the people. Lower highs, lower lows. The market still embedded. So you put it together, you come up with game plans, and your plan would be before this ends. It's going to end now in 48 hours. Your Cyber Week sale, if you've looked to do this and you said, should I do it? This is your moment. IraEpstein.com. Got it? Under the word research, the cursor's right here, and our phone number, 866-973-2077. You pick the course that you want. You'll find that they're pretty interesting. I know that if you haven't taken them. I'm Ira. You have a great day. I will talk to you first thing in the morning wrap-up. Have a good night.